here. In verse 18, it talks about another giant by the name of Saph. It also says he was one of the sons of the giant, S-A-P-H. And then in verse 19, it talks about another giant who's referenced as the brother of Goliath. So you have Ishbabenob, you have Saph, and in verse 19 you have the brother of Goliath. In verse 20, there's yet another man mentioned who is unnamed, but he had an unusual feature. He said it was a man of great stature who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. So he had a deformity. And all these people were deformed since they were just huge. They were giant men, and so he had this unusual feature. So you got Ishbabenob, you got Saph, you got the brother of Goliath, you got this man of great stature with these 12 fingers and 12 toes. And it says in verse 22, these 4 were born to the giant in Gath. By the way, where was Goliath from? Gath. 2 Samuel 7:4, Goliath was from Gath. One of these verses said that one of these men was the brother of Goliath. Many Bible scholars are quite certain that these 4 men that David encountered were all brothers of Goliath. One interesting thought is when David went down to take on Goliath, he did not use modern weaponry. Boys and girls, what did David use when he fought Goliath? A slingshot, right? And let me ask you, young lady, how many rocks, how many stones did David? Do you remember how many stones he got? 5 stones. How many did it take to beat Goliath? Well, why did he take 5? Some people say, well, maybe he thought if I kill Goliath, I'm going to take on his brothers too. Best with me, your best with family. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of thing. But now we don't know. That's just interesting. That's speculation. I don't know. Here's a fact that David did take on these other men. Now you say, well, Steve, that is very intriguing. However, these are revival services. We're not revival stories. What's that got to do with anything? I believe God wants to speak to you. And I believe there's a couple things I want you to walk away with here. And what is this? I want everybody to listen to this. I bet as David is lying there, I'm thinking, here's one thing that went through his mind. If you're not facing giants, you're not living.
Amen.
Now listen very carefully. Goliath was not the last giant David faced. He faced these other 4. As a matter of fact, these are not the only giants David faced. Not every giant looks like a giant. I believe the biggest giant David ever faced was 5'2" with eyes of blue. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Bathsheba?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had the same thing. Bathsheba, yeah. Bathsheba. That was a giant, wasn't it? Yeah. Now listen to me very carefully, because some of you going through some stuff right now. And you're wondering, why am I going through this? Why is our church going through this? Why is my family going through this? Why am I going through this? Well, I want to say this to encourage you. If you're not facing giants, you're not alive. Did you know everybody in this room is facing giants? Yeah, not all the time. I have some seasons of reprieve. I don't know about you. Every now and then I have a good week. How about you? And then doggone next week I face another giant. And sometimes I've been blessed to have a good month. How about you? And my goodness, I can't go through a month I don't face another giant. I've rarely had a good year. I can't seem to have a good year. I don't know about you. I can't seem to get through a year, men and women, without facing a giant. Now, you say, well, Steve, why is that? Well, Jesus said, listen to this promise. You like God's promises? You won't like this. In this world, you will have tribulation. Isn't that a promise? Not a good one, but it's a promise. Jesus said it rains on the just and the unjust. You know what it means? Everybody got problems.
That's right.
You think you don't got problems? No, welcome to the human race. David had problems as long as he lived. Study his life. And you think you're the only one that's got problems. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not the only one going through something right now. Some of you think you are, but you're not. Ishbabenob, Goliath, neither were the last giant David faced. I was with a young man one time, Brother Jeff. We were doing some counseling. He loved Jesus, mind you. He was saved. His mom and his dad, and he's just out of high school. His mom and dad looked like they had a good relationship, and he got blindsided by the fact they did not. Matter of fact, they came to him and told him they were splitting up. And man, this just rocked his world. It just blew him away. He just could not imagine what was going on. As a matter of fact, he came to me, he was just devastated. Now, he asked the question I've asked, and I bet you have too. He said, Steve, why is this happening to me? He asked this question, why is God doing this to me? You ever asked that question before?
Yes.
Be honest, have you?
Yes.
I have. God, why are you doing this to me? God, why am I going through this? Why is it I read my Bible, and I tithe, and I go to church, and I don't smoke, and I don't cuss, and my life's a mess. My neighbors, man, they live like heathens, and they're all fine and doing dandy. It don't seem right sometimes, does it? But you know what? I'd rather live in the mess I live in and go to heaven than everything to be hunky-dory and go to hell. So we get things out of perspective sometimes. I talked to this young man, and he asked me, why is God doing this? I said, brother, and I'm not a good counselor. I won't tell you that, man. I'm not. But God gives me grace sometimes. I said, God's not doing this to you. I said, with all due respect to your mom and your daddy, they've made this decision. They made it. Not God. God didn't want that. God wants them to stay together, right? God wants them to resolve it. God wants them to make it right. God's not doing this. I was preaching with my congregation on Jonah this last week. Remember, Jonah is on the ship. Remember, a storm comes and the boat is about to sink. There's 60, 70 sailors on there. And so, now, Jonah's in the storm. The sailors, they're in the same storm. They didn't do anything wrong. They're minding their own business. You know why they're in a storm? Because of Jonah's disobedience. And some of you right now, you're in a storm not because you did anything wrong, because somebody else has been disobedient. You get caught in somebody else's mess sometimes.
Amen. Yes. Yes.
I'll say, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And sometimes I make my messes too, don't you? But then sometimes I just do it minding my own business, and my kids or my wife all the time. No, I'm just kidding. Or no, but seriously, if somebody I work with, they make the mess for me. And I looked at him and I said, I hate to tell you this. It's going to get worse. And then I told him I'm not a good counselor, didn't I? I said, here's what I mean by that. I said, you're going through this. You'll get through it. But there's going to be something else and then something else. I said, but here's the word of encouragement. I said, you're not in heaven yet. When you're in heaven, there will be no more pain, no more crying, no more sorrow, no more tears. God will wipe away every tear from your eye. It is going to be bliss. You will not be disappointed. It's going to be wonderful. But when you're in this world, you will have tribulation. You know why? Because we live in a fallen world.
That's right.
You say, I want to get out of this place. You will eventually. But don't go too soon, because God wants you to tell other people about His grace before you go. That's why you're still here. And you know what I found? I'll give you one example, and I could give you many. I had a daughter. I love her with all my heart. And we went through 3 years of some severe rebellion in her life, where she was doing everything but living godly. Anything anti-godly, she was doing it. And as a Christian father and as a minister, it was just wrenching and heartbreaking. This wasn't overnight. This was 3 years, and some of you have been through this, and I went through that, and I want to tell you today, praise God, she's married, she's where she needs to be, God's done a work in her life, everything's all right. And I went through this 3 years, and I don't wish it on anybody, and there's a part of me that says, I wish I didn't go through that, but the reality is, I'm a better minister. More importantly, I'm a better Christian, and I can empathize with people better because of what I went through than if I'd never gone through it. You see, some of you went through some stuff back when you were in high school, and it wasn't easy. Some of you going through this stuff right now, and it's not easy. But if you'll be patient and let God work with you, you'll be in a position to help people, and to love people, and to encourage people, and to strengthen people in a way you never would if you didn't go through the mess. I'll tell you what. Are we willing to go through the mess if it means somebody's going to be saved down the road?
Amen. If
it means our children or our grandchildren will be stronger down the road. Listen, if you're not facing giants, you're not living. But a lot of us come here tonight and wonder, why am I going through this mess? Because you're breathing. Because your heart's pounding. Because you're alive. Everybody's going through stuff. You look around and you say, man, look at those famous people. They don't have any problems.
Yeah.
You go back and study the life of Elvis, or Whitney, or Michael. They had all the money in the world. Fame, friends, and all died miserable. Everybody got problems. You know, I bet as David's lying there, I bet another thing goes through his mind. There are some giants you can't take on by yourself. Some giants you can't take on by yourself. See, had it not been for Abishai, David would have died that day. I remember when I was about 10, 11 years old, my dad and I were doing some work with my mom. We're actually going to a little fish pond for her, just a little favor, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just there to help my daddy. We went down to a place not far from where I live, and it's called, of all things, and I know you've been around the kid, called Drowning Creek, and I'm not sure if you know where that is or not. And we were getting some sand to mix some concrete with, and we had an old pickup truck, and we were down there, and we loaded it up, and we got in it, and things would not crank. And we're back in the country, and ain't nobody around. And my daddy looked up, and there's a house up the hill about 3/4 of a mile away. He said, Steve, go up there and call your Uncle Bobby. And my Uncle Bobby owned the gas station, owned the garage. My dad was going to work on the truck, maybe my Uncle Bobby come and help us get it started, or give us a tow, or do something. So I make my way up that long hill, and as I finally get to that house where the yard is, I saw what you do not want to see in this circumstance, being all by yourself and all alone. A dog came to greet me. However, this was not a licking dog. I'm not a fan of licking dogs. I mean, dogs will lick you, they don't even know you. They don't have to introduce themselves. They'll lick you anytime, any place. I'm not a fan of that, okay? So I don't like dogs licking me. However, I'd rather encounter a licking dog than a biting dog. And this was not a licking dog. I was on his territory. He was not happy about it. This dog started to back me up. Behind me is a ditch, and on the other side of the ditch is a barbed wire fence. But even if there were a running track and I had running shoes, there's no way a boy can outrun a dog. Or a man for that matter. And this dog is coming at me. And I'm backing up. My dad's way down the hill. He can see me, but there's no way he's going to be able to get me. At best, I'm about to be hurt. At best. At worst, I may be severely hurt. And as that dog is coming at me, it seemed like almost at the last possible second, that dog seemed as big as I was. I knew it was, but you know how it is when in these situations. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this young lady stepped out on the porch and says, Cujo, come here, Cujo. Or whatever his name was. Cujo. And immediately that dog coming at me, he turned around and went up to that porch and just minded his own business. And if she not come to my aid, I was about to be hurt. Now, I want to tell you something. Some of you going through some stuff right now and you think you're all by yourself. You're not. As a matter of fact, you may be going through this and God wants you to so you can learn that you are interdependent on others and to rely on them. Now, men, can I talk to you for a second? We're the worst. All right, let's be honest, men. We think we can do it ourselves. We don't want to admit or confess. We want to keep to ourselves and we can fix it and we'll be all right. We're strong and we'll get through it. But the reality, I'll say to you, men, there's times you need other men. You see, David, when he fled from Saul, what did he do? He surrounded himself with other men who could help him face the giants in his life. Some of you are facing some giants. So men, I want to ask you right now, who are the men that you've brought around you, that you connect with, that you have a relationship with? And the reason those men are in your life is when you face a giant, they can look at you and tell you like it is. They can stand with you. They can pray for you. You can be honest with them. Men, you need giant killers. I've got giant killers in my life. I don't have any women named. I can tell you about Joel, and I can tell you about Marcus, and I can tell you about Tim, and I can tell you about Keith, and I can tell you about Larry, and I can tell you about Thomas, and I can tell you about Danny, and all these men that I have surrounding me, because I face some giants. And there's some giants I can't take on by myself. How about men? How about ladies? Who are those women that you purposefully spend time with, knowing these are women of prayer, these are godly women? They don't just tell me what I want to hear, they tell me what I need to hear. Even if I don't like it, they'll stand with me, they'll help me face the giants that I'm facing. Teenagers, boys and girls, you choose your friends. And you can choose friends who will be giant killers for you. Friends who love Jesus. And I'm not saying they're perfect, but who love the Lord and will walk with you and encourage you. Or you can choose friends who will help you walk down the path of death and defeat. You've got to be very careful. You've got to surround yourself. And I learned to do this as a teenager. I learned to surround myself with other giant killers. And God's done some good things in my life. I'm nobody. Man, I'm just standing on the shoulders of other men and women who are giant killers. Because there are some giants you can't take on by yourself. Not some of you facing some stuff. You try to keep it to yourself. And you don't realize that's why God gave you a Sunday school class. Share it with them. That's when they'll lift you up and pray for you and be there for you. men and women in this church and other teenagers. And one other thing I want to point out about this text before we close. As David's lying there, I want to put through his mind that, you know, you're not facing giants, you're not living. And, you know, some giants you can't take on by yourself. I wonder if this went through his mind. Nobody can stand with you against life's final giant. He's about to die. No one can stand with you against life's final giant. Now, let me point something out. Life's final giant is not death if you're a believer. Death is just a doorway. Well, you say, well, what is it? Life's final giant is judgment. Because whether you're saved or whether you're lost, you will stand in judgment. Hebrews 9:27 is appointed unto man one time to die and then what? Judgment. We're all going to stand before God. And you know what? Wouldn't it be wonderful if your mama could go with you to judgment? And your mama could say, she was such a good girl. He was such a fine boy. Well, we know better.